afternoon. This is Chris Beer coming to you early in the spring from Lavallee Machine Incorporated at 831 Main Street, Southbridge, Massachusetts. We've been honored by being able to go and talk with Dave and Bev about the history of this building and their machine shop, where they have been here 24 years. So we'll go around the backside, we'll take a look inside, and Dave will explain some of the machines to us, and we'll sit with his wife for a moment for a quick chat on the history here in Southbridge.
Hi, Dave Lavallee from Lavallee Machine here in Southbridge, Mass, 831 Main Street, and we've been in business since 1994. And this is kind of a little tour of our facility and what we do. And we have a lot of old machinery and quite a bit of new CNC machinery also. So if you want to follow me, we'll take a little gander of what we have and see what you think. This lathe here was probably in the 1940s, but we still use it for bigger parts, and it's still a good workhorse. There's another hard-inch chucker we use, and a sandblaster. We have a little bit of everything here, band saws. And, yep, a hard-inch chucker, and that's probably from the 1970s. A couple more old engine lathes, but they're still producing parts and still hold close tolerances. Use them just about every day. And here's another little turret lathe with a bar feeder on it. We do a lot of secondary operations here that the CNCs can't do, like drilling and tapping, threading parts. We have 3 machines like this that we use quite often.
So how did you guys meet?
We met at Holy Trinity Church from a friend.
A mutual friend.
A mutual friend. And that was in 1989. I met her on Mother's Day in church.
And when did Lavallee Tool? What is the name?
Lavallee Machine.
Well, the Lavallee Machine. When did that become?
Well, I worked for a local company for 24 years, and I wanted to supplement my income. And T-Tool was running a machine shop here from the 70s to the 90s. And a lot of the machines were already in here, and I just came in and rented machine time from George Trombley, who owned the building, and decided to supplement my income. We had 5 kids, a house, a car, and so I wanted to make a little bit more money. And once my boss found out, he escorted me out the door, and here we are. Started in 1994 with no income, 5 kids, a house, and started from the ground floor, and made it work. Just stock rack with various plastics that we do. We work with all different types of material, Delrin, stainless steels, cold roll steels. A lot of parts need to be heat treated, plated, whatever the print calls for, the customer needs. Yeah, customers are a lot of local customers. One customer in Germany and a couple in California. So whoever sends us a print, we'll quote it and try to accommodate them. That's a Arbor press. Never know when you're going to need one of them. I have a lot of customers that just come in off the street, people from town that need bearings pressed out or pressed in. Older gentlemen with farm equipment that they don't make parts for, we'll take care of them. I struggled for the first couple of years, but after that, word of mouth, and we've been very prosperous since. We've had up to 13 employees at one time, and
Good for
It's
the
been a
town.
good run.
Good for the town and good for you.
Yep.
And how many years was that now?
It's 94,
It's
so
been
it's
24 years.
24 years.
Wow. Good.
And then we have one guy putting milling operations on a manual. Well, it's not a manual. It has a power feed on it, but it's not a programmable machine. And he'll make a few cuts to get the part to the proper sizes and tolerances. And this is some of the tooling that is used for this machine. And it's making another cut now, and you can see on the screen, or you can actually see the numbers. It's cutting an arc on the end of this part. Takes a while, the material's pretty hard. And we use a spray mist to keep it cool. The tool life is a lot longer when you do that also. Yep, CNC stands for computer numerical control. So everything's run with codes, G code, M codes. Then the axes are X, Y, and Z. The left, right, up, and down.
You take a picture earlier of that facility, which I don't know when the picture was taken, which we'll show on the.
It was probably 1910 when the building was built, along with the bridge that's right next door. And we even have a piece
Little
of
showpiece.
Core piece of the history of the bridge.
yeah, when they drilled some holes to reinforce it.
And that's marble, right?
Oh yeah, marble.
Wow. Wow, who knew? We have not only a rich town, but we have hidden riches in the town. So.
Yeah, so this is where I do the quoting, and the customer, our local customers, OFS, Incom, Carl Storts, we do work for A&M Tool also, and they send over a blueprint via email or fax, and we'll look at it, and we'll get a guesstimate for how long it'll take to make the part, and then we'll get a price for material, and if there's any plating, and then we'll send the quotes over to the customers, and they'll say yay or nay, and we'll order the material and get the parts going. And this building was a coal-burning electric producing plant when it first started. And then even the police department was renting room upstairs for target practicing.
Wow, wow. Right there, right downtown, right Main Street.
Yeah.
We sponsor a bowling team in town too, and a couple times we came in first place, second place, third place. We have a good time. And we go fishing too. We take the guys out once a year. We go striper fishing. Usually have pretty good luck. We have a couple of big ones we caught here in this picture here. That was one of our better years. And a few of the grandkids, and that's where I do all my quoting. Getting prices for materials and labor and all that fun stuff.
We got the machines in here, and we took some videos, and we'll show some of that video either over this or in a separate piece. Everything you originally did, was it all by hand, or did you start with some of these more modern?
No, most of the machines were manual machines, and then when I was working at the other company, we started buying CNCs. So I decided that I wanted to buy some of my own CNCs to be
CNC
more
for the
computer numerical controlled.
That's the word we like to
milling
hear.
machines and lathes, turning and milling department, and it was very, very interesting and a lot of work, but well worth it. This is a hard-inch talent. It goes up to a 6-inch diameter, and this is one of our CNC lathes. that's totally programmable. And right now it's set up for a small aluminum part. I'm waiting for Carl Stortz. It has a automatic bar feeder. It'll hold 10 or 20 bars of material, automatically feed this machine so it can run 24/7. They're all stored in here. And this is the control panel to run the machine. And inside you can see it has a lot of tooling, and it'll do milling also on a lathe, which is something that's fairly new in the industry, and very precise. It'll hold very, very close tolerances. Has a pick-off arm, and it'll do the front and the back of the part, so the part falls out complete, and they fall into this bucket here. And these are the parts that it's making from those 12-foot long bars. It drills and taps both ends and turns them.
Okay. And now, Bev, you came on board.
I was working for a local fiber optics company, and I came on board 1997 in August. I started, so Dave wanted to make sure that he built up the business first so that I could quit the other job and just focus on working in here. And I do all the, I am the office. That's the heart of the business. And I do all the accounting, payroll, human resources, finances, everything.
Okay.
Yeah, this is one of the parts that came off of the CNC machine, which is computer numerical control, totally programmable, and you can see the intricacy and all the different features of this part. That one is made out of Delrin, and this part here is made out of aluminum, but it still has many operations which this machine will do. So long you tell it what to do, it'll do it. All right, this is one of our CNC milling centers, as they're called. This one's a Haas tool milling center. It has complete numerical control, and 10 tools can be inserted into the carousel, and milling, drilling, whatever machine tool we need goes into the head. The parts inserted into the vise to hold it, and fairly fast. This is some of the tooling here that gets put into the proper position into the machine. The machine knows what tool to take next on a particular operation that it's doing.
Okay. And so the equipment you make goes hand in hand with fiber optic materials, or I mean, you make a variety of things as we've seen in some of the video.
Yeah, a lot of it is for fiber optic industry, OFS, Incom, Carl Stortz, medical, and we do a lot of laser parts to Convergent, Primer, and
machinery builders, people that build machines.
Rebuild. We're kind of a job shop, so we'll take on just about any project that fits into our capacity and for the size and shape of our machinery to make these particular products.
So I can call you up and say I need a metal frame design, give you an idea, or if I was more technical, I'd give you specs, of course.
Yeah,
right.
We do a lot of people that come in from outside. A lot of local people, like if people with a tractor, they have this little screw, you can't buy it anymore.
Right.
It's obsolete. They come in with that little thing. Dave just makes a little print of it, and he makes it. We have people come in from the streets all the time. We had this young boy that came in with his little remote control car, and it wouldn't work. And Dave made the little part that was missing to fix it and everything, and they were riding it around on the floor.
Nice.
So it was kind of
All right, this is how the part is made. It starts with a block of aluminum, and it's inserted into the vise of the machine. programmed, and this is what it comes out after the first operation. Then we'll have to flip it over and finish the other operations on the other side. So this one has a 20 tool change magazine, and also has a fifth axis for doing gears and things like that. Very precise. It'll hold tenths of a thousandth per inch for tolerancing.
So anybody could call you, or how do you do it? Do they stop by?
They just come right in the door.
Come in the door.
Yeah, word of mouth from Paul's Automotive. He sends me a lot of customers where they need one part of this, one part of that.
Okay.
Where they have snow blowers or lawn mowers or
So we're helping businesses
wheelchairs.
and we're helping the community.
And, yep, see,
Yep.
see,
Just normal people coming in,
helping out
looking for a little
Southbridge
part.
one more time. It's great.
it.
That's great.
Recycling, we keep all the turnings and shavings that the machines produce, and we recycle those and turn them in that Excel out in Charlton. Get a little bit of money back for scrap, but we keep it green.
So 24 years, and helping all of the local businesses as well as reaching out to other areas in the community.
Yeah.
What about in this area in particular, because this is a machine shop, and some of our viewers, and even I might not be familiar with some of the stuff, but not all of it. What is do you have competition in the town itself, or you're pretty steady with who you have? And
Oh, it's very competitive because everybody is trying to win the work,
Right.
So we compete with a few other companies in Southbridge, other machine shops, and you just got to be competitive, good price, good product, and on-time deliveries is a major issue. Back in the day, and when we first started, they didn't need the parts next day. You had some lead times. Nowadays, people don't want to put extra parts on the shelf, so everything is rush.
a little tightened up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and over the years, we've had some smaller companies in the area that didn't make it, and we ended up buying their machinery, so we have their machinery.
So you have
on our
their
floor,
machinery
too.
as
So
well.
help them out by buying them out.
Then you're able to add some extra work staff through the years as
Right.
well. So it's good for our community. Great.
Now this is our inspection room, shipping room, excess inventory room. We do some sub-assemblies here with this little machine, press parts together. And this is our height gauge to check dimensional to make sure that the parts coincide with the prints that were supplied. And here's some of our finished products here that are ready to be inspected and shipped. You see there's different types of material. We do tiny plastic turn parts to more complicated aluminum milled parts, and even bigger Delrin blocks. A lot of parts are used for lasers, fiber optic.
So anyway, this is Dave and Bev Lavallee here at Lavallee Machine. Lavallee Machine. And just one more thing, I saw the funny things outside. Did you say this was an electrical company?
Yeah, they coal burning and produce electricity for the local Globe area here in town.
Okay, so that's kind of what we saw on the side of the building.
Right,
outside.
we saved the electrical connection just
Right.
for
Just
historical.
for show.
The same with the core from the bridge. We got a part of the bridge.
Well, it works for me. You get a piece of the
Piece of history.
piece of the history, piece of the territory.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for letting us take the time to take a little bit of a tour. Hopefully, some of our viewers will have some interest in supporting local business, as always. And we'll see you next time down the road.
And I think this will take care of everything we have here. Thank you.